तत्कमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय. सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्यो ॐ शान्ति शान्ति. Good morning. We are meeting after a week. Last Saturday we met, and again Saturday we are meeting. Rain God brought you 2 holidays. You like holidays? Yes. Why do we say this? Shanti, Shanti, Shanti thrice. We are all seeking relief, upasamana, from 3 kinds of afflictions, sufferings. Every embodied being, every creature, not just human beings, that has a physical body, that has a psychological body, namely the mind, undergoes 3 kinds of afflictions. Our rishis and sages, they were actually people who had great insight into the nature of life. And so they classified all kinds of suffering into 3. First category is adhyatmika suffering, adhyatmika afflictions, suffering that comes to individual out of his own accord. In the sense, no extraneous agency is involved here, no outside agency is involved here. So suffering comes from within. Could be because of disease, could be you have fever, bad cold. So because you have identified with the body, suffering comes. That is physical, but also psychological. Most of our suffering today is psychological, right? When was it last actually somebody poked you with a knife or with a stick? Most of the suffering is self-made, right? With regard to suffering, today we have become kind of experts, misery-making experts. Every human being has become. Psychologically, we are manufacturing misery from within, though the situation doesn't demand that kind of suffering. Because that is how we respond, and we think actually our response is genuine. Not necessary. Just by altering the way we respond, 90% of the suffering can be removed, right? That you see in the society also. Not situation is same. No two individuals respond in the same way, right? How we respond, that is in our hands, right? But most of the time we want to fix the outside world. However hard you might try, you will never become successful in fixing the outside world. People are the way they are. We are expecting perfection outside ourselves. There is no such perfection outside. Only thing is the subject can be changed. The object universe cannot be changed because there are so many people involved over there. There are so many factors there. So many agencies. The only thing is, irrespective of the circumstances, irrespective of the behavior of the people outside, we can be joyful if we choose to be. That's all. మనం ఎప్పుడు కూడా స్వతహాగా ఆనందంగా ఉండాలంటే ఉండొచ్చు, అది మన చాయిస్. గాడ్ హ్యాస్ గివెన్ అస్ ద చాయిస్ ఆల్వేస్. బట్ నౌ వీ హ్యావ్ పుట్ ఎ కండిషన్. నో, పరిస్థితి ఇలా ఉంటే నేను సంతోషంగా ఉంటా, ఆయన అలా ప్రవర్తిస్తే నేను సంతోషంగా ఉంటా. నో, వెన్ యూ పుట్ సచ్ కండిషన్స్, యూ విల్ నెవర్ బీ ఏబుల్ టు మేక్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ హ్యాపీ. సో యూ షుడ్ not put any conditions if you really want to happy. Whatever may be the situation you throw, that's why actually Rama has become hero, right, in this culture. So Dasharatha asked him, you take over the reins of the kingdom. Rama said yes. By evening he changed the decision. Now you go to the forest for 14 years. Said Rama said yes, both are fine to me. Okay, this is one kind of life, that is one kind of life. Okay, why Rama has become our hero? Because of this. Situations could not affect his inner calmness and peace of mind, tranquility. Okay, everything is okay. It's all okay. God's creation. He was as happy in the forest as he was in Ayodhya. He did not compare Ayodhya with forest. That is the mistake that we do in our lifetimes. We like certain things. This is the only thing. Every time I want to have only this kind of situation, this kind of comfort, because you like that, and then comfort comes there. Something which you don't like, automatically it brings discomfort to you. But remove your that likes and dislikes from your mind. This is one kind of situation, that is another kind of situation. This is one kind of life, that is another kind of life. This is one variety, right? Life itself is a series of experiences. Learn to enjoy all experiences. Let's look at things as as you witness drama. When you see the cinema, sometimes tragedy comes, sometimes comedy comes, sometimes romance comes, sometimes suspense comes. As you enjoy all things, in life also, all these situations will come. Everything will be there, comedies and tragedy. So everything you should be able to see, as a witness, as a sakshi. Then no suffering comes to you. So the most of the suffering is adhyatmika. First shanti is for this relief from this adhyatmika suffering. The second is adi bhautika suffering, suffering that comes to us from outside ourselves. We are not suffering. We are perfectly all right mentally and physically. Somebody related to us in our family, okay, maybe brother, sister, father or mother, something happens to them, their suffering becomes our suffering, right? So that is actually adi bhautika, suffering that comes to individuals from other creatures, from other beings. And not only human beings, sometimes the animals and subhuman species also trouble us. Particularly for us, city dwellers, maximum trouble comes from mosquitoes. So that is all adi bhautika, suffering that comes to us from other creatures. The second shanti is for relief from this kind of suffering or affliction. The third kind of shanti is for relief from adi daivika suffering. Last 1 week we had this adi daivika suffering because of rain. Suffering that comes to beings from elements. If it is a little more hot, we suffer. If it is a little more cold, we suffer. If it is a little more rain, we suffer. So that's how actually our life is structured, the physical life. If you really want to be free from all these kinds of afflictions, you have to attain to that highest state of consciousness. Okay, because consciousness is non-material, and because it is infinite, nothing in this universe can trouble it. It's free from all kinds of affliction. That is our birthright, that Godhood actually, it is already there within us. Only mind becomes calm and tranquil, you will be able to experience the superconscious state. So to bring the mind to that equilibrium is the goal of yoga. India is the land of yoga. Why do you practice yoga? To bring mind to that state of equilibrium where you can experience super consciousness, where you can experience your godhood. So to experience that equilibrium, to bring the mind to that equilibrium, you have to have that required composure. So that's why we say shanti, shanti, shanti. May I be freed from all these reflections. Means once you reach that stage where nothing in the world, including your own suffering, physical, can really affect your mind, can really affect the tranquility of your mind, that is the state, that is the point when you reach this super consciousness. That's why whenever we say Om Shanti, 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 we should stay with full consciousness and with full awareness. I really want that peace. I really want that equilibrium. There should be that longing from within. When you have that longing, the equilibrium comes. When that equilibrium comes, It's both, actually. It's not just a spiritual thing. Even to become successful in the secular world, people who are calm, who are composed, who are tranquil in mind, they will be able to achieve better success because they understand things in a true perspective, in a better light than others. Somebody who is confused, somebody who is full of agitation, within full of anxiety, he or she cannot see things clearly. So it's very important that peace is, that's why it's important. I'm saying equilibrium. This means actually basically equilibrium. So whenever we utter this Shanti Shanti, instead of saying mechanically hereafter, with full awareness that what kind of Shanti we are seeking from the Lord, actually, if you have that in mind, we'll get that real peace from the Almighty. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice day.